On this repair here, problem with the Forester here, it's a 99 Forester. I had a problem. You crank the wheel to one side, like getting in and out of a parking spot, it would clunk, 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 clunk. Well, the problem with that is caused by this. This is the center differential. It's just a common failure they have. And then I was just living with that, and then I was getting more of a grind. I was starting to get a grinding noise as I drove it. It followed the speed of the vehicle. It didn't matter what gear you were in or anything. It got a little bit louder under load, but not a lot. Problem with that is bearing on a differential, which I'll show you in a minute. Pulled the differential out, and this thing came off. This is a snap ring. It's supposed to be in here. You can see that well. This is a common failure, I guess, also. And this snap ring will get in between your gears and bust them up. But I was lucky that didn't happen to me. I have a new one here, a new differential, and you see they've changed the snap ring design on this. Some people go in here and they'll put some tack welds with a MIG, I guess. It's a lot better design than this old one here, so I'm not going to monkey with that. The center differential's non-serviceable, by the way. You got to buy the whole thing. It was about $475 online. On the other side of this here, show you both of these. Okay, the grinding noise I heard going down the road from the transmission. See this bearing here? Hope you can see that wiggling around. This bearing is bad. If that's all that was wrong, this bearing is not hard to pull off. You can pull it off with a regular puller. You don't really need a bearing splitter, and you can put it on without a press. But since the whole differential is bad, I went ahead and bought another differential, and luckily that comes with the bearing. I don't know why that's dark right there. Like it's been heated or something. Anyhow, but they come with the bearing already pressed on, which is nice. And then I had to also buy a gasket, which goes over this back case here. Couple things about taking this apart. This is going to be difficult to get off. So what you do, you pound on it here with a hammer until you get it broke loose, and then you just slowly work it back and forth. Don't get in there with a screwdriver and muck up your mating surface, your seal surface here. Also, then inside here, where is it? There's a shim. If I can get it out of there. Right there. Make sure you don't lose that when you put it back together. Okay, so I got to clean up these gasket surfaces here and then just put this back together. There was a small chip on one of these teeth. Can you see that right there where my thumb is? I don't know. Don't like that, but that whole shaft there would probably cost $300. I don't know. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it back together and run with it. So I don't need this. It was less than 2 hours to get this thing apart, so that's not too bad. About 1.5 that time to put it together. The only one special tool I really kind of used was these roll pin punch set here. This is on your shifter. You have to push these out. It's a double roll pin. You don't necessarily need this punch set, but they sure made it easier. I used drill bits when I took it apart the first time for a shifter problem, but this made it a whole lot easier. And you guys living up in the Rust Belt are going to have an even harder time getting it apart. Beyond that, you just need mainly straight hand tools. 13/16 to drop the. That's for the drain plug, and then just your standard 10, 12, 14, and 17 millimeters for sockets and wrenches for everything else. If you can do normal mechanic work, you can do this. It's not too bad at all.